the ice for the World Team Figure Skating Challenge. The defending champions, Team Canada, on home ice. And ready for the challenge, Alexei Yagudin leads Team Russia. Oksana Bayul leads Team Europe. And Todd Eldridge heads up Team USA. The legends are here, but it's not about yourself. It's all about the team as Winnipeg today becomes Winnerpeg on ice. Next. The start of the festive season, we continue the skating season in the brand new MTS Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Welcome to the World Team Figure Skating Challenge. And alongside Tracy Wilson, I'm Rod Black, looking forward to a very busy day here in Winnipeg. We have 2 programs to come. We have 4 countries. We have a ton of medals, ton of medalists, and we're going to have some very exciting skating here.
Well, and it's a great format. Because it is a team format, you get to see the skaters a little more relaxed. They cheer each other on, and often that brings out the best in them on the ice when they're competing.
4 parts of the globe: Team Canada, Team United States, Russia, and Europe, featuring Olympic gold medalists. We have world medalists. You can see the list. It really is a Hall of Fame list. Here is the format, kind of a funky format. Remember that it is a team game, but you skate individually, of course, if you're a single skater. Technical artistic program. 5 judges award 1 mark. And here, you know that new ISU judging system? Never mind about that.
Oh, it's simple here. The skaters are scored out of 10, and the scores are added together to give each team a total.
Compelling story, of course, is the reunion, the rematch of the 2 pairs teams that were front and center in Salt Lake City 3 years ago.
Canadians Jamie Salé and David Peltier, and the Russians Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikorlidze. Now remember, these 2 teams tour all year together, so they are basically competing daily on the ice, and you can see that in the way they're skating. They've kept the bar very high, competing year-round, and it's bringing out the best of them on the ice. Looking forward to their program.
Speaking of keeping the bar very high, the men's field, guys who used to jump over the bar. Joseph Sabovchik, really the guy who first landed the quad. Kurt Browning, who took the quad to a new level. Alexei Yagudin. We got Hall of Fame skaters here, including Todd Eldridge of the United States.
Outstanding men's field, and these men, as you say, represent the last 2.5 decades in men's skating, and collectively they own 17 world medals. What a phenomenal field.
Almost 30 world medalists, 30 medals won at the World Championships here, including Oksana Bayul. We'll have an interview with her a little bit later. And also joining us, Olympic medalist Debbie Wilkes, who's downstage and ready to go. Debbie.
Hi, Rod and Tracy. I'm down here at the Kiss and Cry looking out on this amazing new building in Winnipeg, and I've got butterflies in my stomach, which is an indication of what's going on behind me. The tension is building. You can hear the announcer calling the skaters out onto the ice. So it's no surprise, of course, that everybody's a little bit nervous. And when you look at the roster of skaters we'll be seeing and the performances we can expect, it should be a great competition. Of course, everybody wants to skate well. But what the skaters tell me is so interesting about the format here at World Team Challenge is that they can probably have a little fun along the way as well. Team Canada is the defending champion. I was speaking with them earlier about what their strategy might be to ensure that they take the gold medal back home to Canada again this year. On the other hand, other members from the other teams are just as determined that this time the title's going somewhere new. How they're going to do it, I'll let them tell you.
We have spoken the Canadian team together, and we realize that intimidation is the best way, but I think that if we stay vertical all night long, we should win.
We'll be all right. We have the crowd. We're in Canada.
Exactly.
Yep.
My main objective for this event, survival. All I want to do is get through both routines in the same day and still survive at the end. That's it.
There is no strategy. This is really fun competition. Looking forward to do my best here. Of course, everyone is basically they have the same goal, but talking about strategy, I don't have any because the Russian team is simply the best, and we just have to go and take it this time.
Well, speaking for the European team, since we are defending a 4th position from last year, our strategy is pretty clear, not to be 5th.
Oh, yes, thank you, jumping Joseph Sabovchik. No chance of that happening, though, as the women take to the ice. This is going to be a lot of fun, but believe me, I know that many of these skaters are now what you call professional skaters, no longer eligible for the Olympics. Some of their best days are behind them. There is a lot of pride on the line here. Don't be fooled so much. All of these skaters back there want to win it for their country.
You could see that was evident in the practices leading up to this competition. It was fun to watch the teammates come and cheer the skaters on as they were practicing. Rivalry starting already just in the practices. Here
is the judges panel, judging panel of 5, including the great Don Jackson, referee Kerry Leach. And a great crowd here in Winnipeg, too, to watch this. Again, we have the technical programs and then later the artistic programs. And as the judging marks come up, it really is one mark that we have to show you. We'll add all the marks up for the skaters as they come. And basically, bottom line, add it all up. The team with the most points wins the World Team Challenge.
Well, as you'll see in Olympic eligible competition, the technical program does have required elements. Let's take a look at them here. The ladies are expected to do 2 triple jumps, a jump combination, a minimum of 2 spins, and a step sequence. Now, they're not severely penalized for not doing these required elements, but of course, extra marks will be given to these skaters who land the jumps successfully. Jumps always important in the technical program.
So we will watch that as the judges also monitor. And here is Jennifer Robinson. And really, this is her first competition since she left the amateur ranks, as she left really owning the Canadian title over the last decade.
So she has to take advantage of this technical program. She's used to doing these triple jumps in the technical program format, used to doing them under house lights, and this is a real good chance for her to get out in the technical program because some of these other ladies are more strong in the second program, the artistic program.
So she represents Canada in the women's division, I guess you want it, part of the team game. Here's Maria Buterskaya representing Russia.
She was looking a little bit nervous on practice earlier today, and then Alexei Yagudin came out, and Berezhnaya and Tsikirlidze, and cheered her on throughout her training, and you could see her confidence and determination build, and she's known as a feisty competitor.
Former European champion, 3 times world champion in 1999. And hard to believe a decade has passed since Lillehammer and Oksana Baiul from Ukraine won the gold medal.
Oksana has just totally become more determined in her training. She's trying to reinvent herself. And the way she's done that is she's done a lot of off-ice training. In the summer, she spent 3 months working with a triathlon coach. She said she was up to 2.5 hours of training off ice to get herself physically strong. It has shown up in her skating. She is more powerful. And what is important for Oksana here is you see her land a triple Salchow. What is important for her is she has been wanting to include a triple Lutz back in her repertoire. We saw her just a few weeks ago land her triple Lutz at Ice Wars, and she's been struggling with it on practice here, but that's kind of her goal in this competition, the most difficult triple jump for Oksana.
She's struggled away from the ice over the last few years, a troubled soul it seems, but really her life is back together, and good for Oksana Baiul. And here is Karen Kadavi representing the United States.
Karen Kadavi does not have all the triple jumps, but a beautifully artistic skater, so she will try to deliver everything she can to keep herself up in the technical program and really come out fighting with the artistic. What a beautiful skater.
And you saw just now glimpses. There's Jamie Soleil and there's Anton Tsikirlidze, Todd Eldridge. What you love about this competition, usually all of those skaters would be backstage kind of worrying about their their own competition wants to come. Right now, they have their pom-poms out. They are the best cheerleaders you could possibly have because they want their skaters who are skating ahead of them to accumulate some points. Again, it's a team game here. And there's David Pelche, Jamie Salé, and Anton Sigerlitze, Todd Eldridge in the background. And look at this, even acting as a bit of a coach.
Yeah, Jennifer's going over the last-minute stages of the preparation for a triple Lutz, and Jamie Salé there helping, giving her a little bit of advice. Keep that shoulder back. All right, go for it.
Well, she always had Coach Doug Lee and Michelle Lee along the boards, remember, as an amateur skater, giving her that last-minute energy before she was about to skate. And she will start it off. And she's ready. All right, here we go. 6-time Canadian women's champion on Canadian ice, representing the defending champions from Canada as our World Team Challenge begins.
Tapello, and this program choreographed by Lori Nichols. Opening with a double axel. Jumps very important here for Jennifer. Opening with the first of 2 triples. Triple sow cow. Very nice. Triple sow double toe combination. Difficult jump that you'll see in the ladies competition is coming up next for Jennifer. Here it comes, triple Lutz. Yeah.
So Canada leads off. The World Team Figure Skating Challenge underway. Teammates liked it. There's Kurt Browning. Hamming it up as always. We'll see him later. We'll see the judges mark. Jen Robinson, 6-time Canadian women's champion. Canada, the defending champions of the World Team Challenge. Tracy Wilson, what did you think?
Well, she was obviously delighted with her performance, and she was jumping well tonight with this triple Salchow into a double toe. And again, she was able to include the triple Lutz, which is the most difficult triple jump that you'll see in this competition. She was a little bit slow in places, but those jumps are going to help to keep her mark up because this is the technical program.
Again, there is no artistic mark, not a second mark. Our artistry does play into it, but only one set of marks out of 10. Advantage Jennifer Robinson, though, because some of the skaters in the field don't have her triples. 48.8 for Canada to start it off. Her teammates are happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Team Russia, Maria Budurskaya.
And probably the other skater in this women's field that does have an advantage with the triple jumps is this skater here, Maria Budurskaya, not far removed from the eligible ranks. Former world champion in 1999.
Well, Maria, as I said, is a feisty competitor. Often, though, in competition, if she does get tight, she gets really tight in the legs and the knees, which throws off her jumps. She knows she's got her teammates behind her here, though. Hoping that that will relax her. And this piece of music by Sarah Brightman. It's called Harem. Starting off with good speed and attack into her opening triple toe. No, she got off on the takeoff, so turned it to a double. Building now for her triple loop, and again turned to a double. program when you struggle with your jumps and you leave the doors open for the rest of the field. Maria delivered this program well. Some good footwork, but not the jumps for the technical program.
Yeah, you really need that. If this was later, the artistic program, she would certainly be in a lot more favor with the judges, but she will certainly not be to the jumping standard of the skater before her, Jennifer Robinson. Maria Butarskaya, boy, her story away from the ice rink, too, has read like a soap opera. I mean, injuries and relationships, rocky relationships away from the game. Had a lot on her mind, on her plate over the last few years.
Well, she has been touring in Europe quite a bit before coming here to Canada to compete. Good speed. You could see she was going after that triple toe, but she turned it to a double toe. Jump combination, double toe, double toe. Here, this was to be her second triple, a triple loop. Her upper body just got away from her, and she wasn't able to kind of jump and turn as a unit in this program. Perhaps trying just a little bit too hard.
There are her Russian teammates. There's Alexei Yagudin. So these marks will not be as good as Jennifer Robinson, but not too bad. Only 0.8 back of the Canadian.
Good, strong skating, but just not the triple jump.
So a rather subdued reaction from the Russian camp. Oksana Bayul is next. Well, a decade ago, she was in the middle of the Kerrigan-Harding fiasco and ended up with the gold medal in Lillehammer. Debbie Wilkes spoke with Oksana Bayul earlier today.
Hi, Debbie.
How are you?
How's everything?
Wonderful. Thanks for seeing us.
Oh, thank you so much.
Please have a seat. It's been 10 years, Oksana, since that wonderful time in Lillehammer. What are some of the most powerful memories you have about that day?
I remember a lot about Lillehammer. I remember it was extremely cold, extremely pleasant, because it was a really tough competition. And I remember when I was standing on the podium, I was sort of saying thank you to the God, and I also said thank you to my mom because she brought me to the ice rink when I was 3.5 years old. And it's a dream. It's every athlete dream. But that moment took me completely to another level in my life, in my career. I had no idea. I thought that's it. You know, I've achieved everything I could achieve. And I was only 16 years old. I had no idea that there is another life after that. You know, there is a professional life, a figure skater.
And so many changes at every level, particularly in the last couple of years. Will you share that with us?
I've been working since I was 3.5 years old. And when I met my fiancé, I thought, wow, this part of my life has been missing. The private life. I've never had a private life. I've always been in the public eye. I grew up in front of people. And when I met him, I said to myself, I would like to take a break. And I did took a break for 2 years. I didn't do nothing. I didn't skate, no shows. When I decided to come back again, back to professional figure skating, it was tough because a lot of changes has been, you know, like body changed and, you know, mentally I didn't know if I could do it again. So I had to come back to my old coach, Valentin Nikolaev, and we've started training, you know, again. And it took us a couple years to get here, to be where I'm at. And it's a very exciting time because right now I'll try to do my triple lutz in my program, which was, when I was an amateur, it was one of my favorite jumps. And I'll try to do it again tonight, and, you know, it's going to be great.
And lots of other changes, too. You found your family, you found your dad. Tell us about that.
Oh, I keep in contact. I went back there this summer, and I did the little show for President of Ukraine at the ice rink where I grew up at, because he was a president of the facility which has been built, the ice rink, and now he's a president. So I did a little show for him, and for the first time my grandmother and my father saw me skate. That was pretty amazing time, and she gave me flowers, and she was crying, and I did my program of a White Swan, my show program. You know, the program I've been introduced to America with, and it's just great. So I keep in contact with them. I just joined in November 27th. They've called me to congratulate me, and, you know, hopefully I can go back and back and back there again. And again and again.
Considering the situation in your country now, how are your family and friends adjusting to it?
Well, they're okay because they're just the blue-collar workers. But I'm happy for what's happening in Ukraine, because finally people has an ability to talk, to speak, and to say what they want. And it's wonderful for them.
And you have friends back there, too.
I have a lot of skating friends, and right now what I will try to do, I will try to raise money for figure skaters who live there.
Have you got plans for how to do that?
Yeah, we do. We will do a couple events here and there, and that's how I'm gonna do it. But for now, for today or tomorrow, we just have to wait till the new election. And the new election is going to happen in the end of December. And when they'll know who's the president, then I can go back.
And I guess the question then everyone would be asking, would you ever consider moving back?
Moving back, no. Helping there, working there, yes, I would love to.
Mm-hmm.
I already started doing it, so, I mean.
So you're not afraid to move out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's see how this feels for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a message you want to say to your fans?
I always do. I have a lot of fans, and I love them, and thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope I can surprise you again tonight, guys.
Oksana, thank you so much, and happy anniversary.
Quite an odyssey. Oksana Baiul has really found her therapy away from the game back.
Moving from Tina Turner's Golden Eye to Madonna and Die Another Day. Well, her commitment to her training is really evident in this performance. Strong and powerful, huge jump. Double axel. She threw a double toe on the end. Out of control, though, there.
Tribute to Bond. Oksana Baiul, 10 years ago, Olympic champion. when she was 16. Kind of fell off the radar map in skating for a while. There are her Team Europe teammates. 10 years later, still has the speed, still has the style. Love to see her back on the ice.
Well, watch the height on this triple Lutz, and the trajectory just beautiful. She started out just on fire, moved into her second triple or triple Salchow. She could have easily done a double jump on the end of that to turn it to a combination, which is required in this. Instead, she saved the combination for later with the double axel double toe and was a little bit off. She came slightly unglued at the end of the program, but I'm impressed with how far she's come.
Now 27, Oksana Baiul, 9-9s, and she moves ahead of Jennifer Robinson, giving Europe the lead by 0.2. Very, very tight. Baiul leads, Europe leads, the United States next. Final skater for the women who start things off at our World Team Challenge. The United States with Europe leading. Here's Karen Kadavy.
Questa mia canzone
A beautiful classical piece of music to suit Karen's classical style of skating. Melodrama by Andrea Bocelli. Most difficult jump planned for Karen is this double axel. Very nice. Easy double loop. Lovely choreography by Leanne Miller. Karen is able to connect each movement. One flows beautifully into the next. Lovely thread of lyrical, graceful movements throughout this program.
Our final women's skater for the technical program relay. Her strength will lie in the second part of this, the artistic portion, because she doesn't have the triple jumps. The oldest competitor here, 37 years young, but expect Karen Kadavi to turn it up in the artistic portion of this. Europe leads. More to come from the world team. Yoko Ina, John Zimmerman, also part of that team.
It's been like 5 years since I competed.
You just hear her saying that it's been 5 years since she's competed. There, an easy double loop, an easy jump, but beautifully executed. And it's going to be interesting to see how the judges handle this program. Of course, she did not have the triple jumps, but her spins were terrific. Her footwork sequences, that technically her skating is at a very, very high level. So the only part of this technical program that was slightly weak was the lack of triple jumps, but beautiful double.
Considering she also had an ACL injury a couple of years ago in a biking accident, was off the ice for quite some time, and still continues to skate, almost near 40 years old. And not far behind, 1 full point behind. So Europe, Canada, Russia, the United States separated by 1 point. Karen Kadavi, 4. So Jennifer Robinson, second. Maria Buterskaya, third. Oksana Baiul returns to Canada, returns with the lead. Team Europe at 49 points right now. Here's Debbie Wilkes.
Oksana, it looked like the training paid off.
Oh, I was trying my best to do it out there. I really did not have a good warm-up. I was so stiff and nervous. And I came back because I was getting third. And my coach told me, Valentin Nikolaev, he said, you've trained really, really hard. Just go out there and have fun. Because, you know, you're not competing here for the medal. You're competing here with yourself. So please, please just go out there and do your best. And honestly, when I did my first jump, the last time when I did that jump, I was 16.
That was the triple Lutz.
It was a triple big Lutz. I was like, oh my gosh. But program didn't stop there.
No,
I mean,
no, and it was wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I'm still doing my best. I was so happy. I'm trying to do my best.
You did. Thank you. Best of luck. Good luck in the artistic.
Debbie, thank you so much. I will have fun.
Okay.
Thank you.
Back to you, Rod.
Oh, she's charming. Turning back the clock 10 years ago, looking like a 16-year-old out there. Oksana Baiul. Jennifer Robinson tours Winnipeg, and the pairs still to come from the World Team Figure Skating. Winnipeg, a great Canadian city. And here's another great Canadian, Jennifer Robinson, who is our tour guide.
The city of Winnipeg is a city filled with a rich, celebrated past of stories of settlements and developments of the historic corner of Portage and Main, of fur traders gathering at the junction of the Red and Assiniboine rivers, a city filled with a renowned arts, cultural, and commercial center. Let's go take a look. I am standing here in the windiest spot in Canada, the corner of Portage and Main. Take a peek as you can see some of Winnipeg's tallest office and heritage buildings as you pass through this legendary intersection. Winnipeg's history began here at the Forks, at the junction of the Red and Assiniboine rivers. For over 6,000 years, people have come here to hunt, trade, share stories, and perform ceremonial rites. Today, the Forks is Winnipeg's favorite public gathering place. The Royal Winnipeg Ballet is Canada's oldest and North America's second oldest dance company. It was awarded a royal title by the Queen of England in 1953, the first such distinction awarded in the world. No trip to Manitoba's capital city would be complete without seeing the famous Golden Boy. He sits on top of the legislative building and is officially known as Eternal Youth, but all the locals know him as the Golden Boy. Winnipeg truly is one big family, a big city with a hometown attitude.